The heavy oak doors groaned shut behind her, echoing like a final judgment. Every head turned, every eye fixed on her. Maria clutched her handbag, alone. No lawyer, no family, just her reflection on the cold, polished floor. She took a shaky breath. The air was thick with quiet judgment. She had to be strong for her son Leo. Each step to the witness stand felt endless. The prosecutor watched her with predatory stillness. But she couldn't break. Not now. "Maria Flores," she whispered, then repeated louder. She was here. She would not be erased. Maria looked up at the judge, voice trembling but determined. "Your Honor, my son is my world. Every hour I work is for him. I have no family, no partner. It's just me. That night I made Leo dinner, tucked him in, read his favorite story. He promised to stay inside. He's a good boy." Her voice cracked. "I didn't leave him because I didn't care. I had to choose. Leave him alone or have us both on the street. What choice did I have? I am tired. I am scared. But I am not negligent. I love my son more than my own life." The judge's gaze softened. Maria's words hung in the air, raw and honest. Mr. Harrison, regaining composure, pressed on. "Miss Flores, your son was found 3 miles from home. Was he running away?" Maria shook her head, fire in her eyes. "No, he was running to me." She pulled a crumpled paper from her bag. "Your Honor, may I present this?" The judge examined the child's drawing. A map from home to a big red X marked Mama. "My son drew this. It's a map from our apartment to the diner where I work. He told me, 'Mama, one day I'll be big enough to walk you home so you're not scared in the dark.'" A soft gasp rippled through the courtroom. The prosecutor's confidence faltered. "He wasn't running away," Maria repeated. "He woke up, saw how late it was, and tried to find me, to walk me home." The simple, heartbreaking logic of a child's love silenced the room. The map was more than paper. It was proof of a bond mistaken for a crime. The judge looked at Maria, understanding dawning. The courtroom felt changed, the narrative rewritten. Maria's evidence was love, in crayon and courage. The truth was finally seen. Judge Vance stared at the crayon map, her sternness softening. She looked at Mr. Harrison, whose case was crumbling. The law was clear, but this story was not. She'd seen true neglect. This was not it. The courtroom waited, breathless. The judge removed her glasses, weary. "Mr. Harrison, do you have further questions?" she asked. He looked at Maria, then his notes, now hollow. "No, Your Honor, the prosecution has no further questions." He sat silent, reflecting. The room's silence was now one of shared understanding. The gavel remained untouched. Humanity had spoken louder than the law. Judge Vance told Maria she could step down. As Maria passed Mr. Harrison, he met her eyes. Shame flickered there. The judge reviewed documents, preparing her ruling. Mr. Harrison stood, voice soft, speaking to the court and himself. "Your Honor, we follow facts, build cases on evidence, but sometimes the most important facts are between the words. A mother working 16 hours to keep a roof over her child, a phone line cut, a boy running toward his mother, not away." Each sentence was a confession, dismantling his own argument. The state's duty is to protect children, but here, separating this child from his mother would be cruelty. He concluded. The prosecution moves to dismiss all charges against Miss Maria Flores. The courtroom exhaled. Maria's tears flowed, tears of gratitude. The judge nodded, moved. The case was changed forever. Maria was no longer just a defendant. She was a mother, vindicated. The system had listened. Compassion had prevailed. Judge Vance looked at Mr. Harrison with respect, then at Maria, relief flooding her face. Mr. Harrison, your motion is a credit to your office and to justice. It is accepted. She turned to Maria, smiling gently. Miss Flores, all charges are dismissed. You are free to go. Maria sobbed, shoulders shaking. The nightmare was over. She could go home, hold her son, tell him how brave he was. The judge didn't bang her gavel. Instead, she spoke to all. Let the record show. This court recognizes the difference between a failure of resources and a failure of love. They are not the same. As Maria gathered her things, a court officer handed her a pamphlet. The judge asked me to give you this. Child care assistance and support services. They can help. Maria took it, vision blurred by tears. It was more than a dismissal. It was a lifeline. She walked out, the weight lifting from her shoulders. She was still a single mother, still poor, but not alone. In a cold system, she'd found compassion. She entered as a defendant, left as a mother, seen and understood. True justice is not just rules, but seeing the humanity in one another. Maria stepped into the light, hope in her heart. The courtroom doors closed behind her, but her story was just beginning. Justice at last had a human face.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.